So the reason my hair is pulled back, a black background is a bad idea for this, huh? Anyway, the reason my hair is pulled back right now is because I wanted to do this Valkyrie makeup tutorial. So yeah, Valkyrie is actually one comic book character I really love because of this scene. I feel like this scene just captures how I feel about feminism, and as a feminist I just love it because, well, I'm very open about the fact that I'm a feminist, and I often get slammed for it on Reddit, of course, because on Reddit apparently feminism means man-hating crazy people who will be yelling at you over pronouns. You know what? I'm not gonna stop calling myself a feminist just because you have the wrong definition of feminism. Sure, there are some people calling themselves feminists who are basically misandrists who hate men and want female superiority, and I believe that's totally not what feminism is about. And just because that's what your idea of a feminist is doesn't mean I'm going to keep quiet and say like, oh no, I don't want guys to think I'm crazy, so I'm not going to call myself a feminist, because screw that. Your stereotypes does not define what feminism means for me. To me, feminism just means I do deserve the same kind of opportunities and promotion as any other man. But I don't want this to turn into a whole video about my political views, because it is a makeup tutorial and I'd like to keep it light. But if you have any questions about what it means for me to be a feminist, feel free to let me know and I'll address it in a separate video. So as of filming, Thor Ragnarok isn't out yet. I'm releasing it on the same day that it's coming out in Indonesia. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see how Tessa Thompson kicks ass in that movie, because she better kick ass, because I'm really excited for another strong female character. Wonder Woman was amazing, so I really can't wait to see how they portray Valkyrie here. And that's why I have to do this makeup tutorial, because I know that this is one Halloween look I really want to do. I'm so freaking excited. And yeah, I know I'm Asian. This character is not Asian, but I do think it's okay to cosplay as her even though you're a different race. The character Valkyrie herself is actually a blonde white woman in the comic books, but now she's being played by Tessa Thompson, who's a gorgeous woman of color, and I see her in the trailer and I think she looks pretty badass, so I don't care about the racial switch. And if anybody's upset about that, well, Major in Ghost in a Shell transformed from a Japanese woman to Scarlett Johansson, so if you're not upset about that, you don't need to get upset about this. Let's just embrace diversity and understand that it's a fictional universe, so anybody can play any character, it doesn't matter. Anyway, okay, oh my gosh, this video is turning a bit more political than I thought. Anyway, let's just get on to the tutorial. Okay, so first grab a matte foundation of your choice. I'm using Fenty Beauty's foundation right now. It's my current favorite foundation. I'm shade number 130, and it's such a perfect match for me that I'm just so in love with it. So yes, I know that Tessa Thompson is a way darker skin tone than me, but for this look, please stick to your own skin tone, because no matter what your intentions are, deliberately painting your face a darker color is generally considered pretty offensive. So just wear a foundation that matches your skin tone if it's available. I mean, I understand sometimes it is really hard to find a foundation that matches you, but yeah, please don't unintentionally wear blackface. It's not appropriate. So yeah. The reason I'm picking a matte foundation is because she looks pretty matte in most of the promotional pictures. And if you're a very busy warrior woman who's kicking ass all day, you're not going to really have time to put on the highlighter and glow like a spotlight. So I'm using matte right now. And I'm assuming if you're busy kicking ass, you're gonna get all dusty, so your face is gonna get pretty matte. So one thing I like about Fenty Beauty's foundation is that it's very buildable. So right now I'm just bouncing one thin layer, and with one thin layer I can get a very natural looking coverage. It doesn't look like I'm using any makeup at all, which is the look you're going for. You're a warrior woman, you don't have time to put on makeup. If you have any flaws, you can just keep building up the foundation until you get full coverage. But personally for me, I think for this look, it's better to keep your coverage very, very light so that it looks very skin-like. And if you do have flaws that show, it's okay. I mean, you're a busy warrior woman, you're out in the sun, you're gonna get hyperpigmentation and stuff. So, you know, don't worry about it. And if you're looking for a higher coverage because you do want to cover more, I do have a higher coverage foundation tutorial. I'll link it below and above. So now that my foundation is on, as you can tell, my complexion isn't perfect. And right now, you know, I have some flaws showing up. So I'm going to cover them. And as I keep mentioning in all my videos, the secret to very natural looking coverage is color correction. So I'm taking my favorite color correcting palette, which is Makeovers. I use this in almost every tutorial because this is freaking cheap and really good. So right now I have this red spot here. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but yeah, it's really red. So I'm going to take the green over here. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this toothbrush looking brush. It's really good at putting on my concealer. Ooh, it's not precise enough. Oops, my bad. I should have gone with a more precise brush. And now for under my eyes, I need a peach shade. This orange is a bit too bright for my skin tone, so what I normally do is I grab it and mix it with a regular concealer to create a peach shade. Now after I put the color corrector, I'm going to put on my regular concealer. This is my Face Shop Dual Veil Concealer, which I really, really love because it comes with a cream and a liquid. And the best way to conceal is really to just alternate between cream and liquid concealers, and you get the most natural coverage that way. Wow, I need to check when's the last time I changed my pillow cover because I'm having a lot of breakout on this side only. So, you know, the side I sleep on. So I wonder if it's something to do with my pillow. Okay, now that I'm done concealing, I'm going to set it with powder. I'm using Clear Lashes powder. I like this face powder. It comes with a peach scent and it's really awesome. I'll link the review below. I really, really like this. Normally, I only put the face powder in places where I need it, but right now I do need more coverage on my face because I'm having a slight breakout, so you know I'm okay with putting it all over my face. And plus this face powder is going to make blending way easier when you're contouring later. So now I'm grabbing this brush, a big face brush, to just dust off any excess. Now for contouring, I'm using Makeover's Contouring Highlight Palette. Yeah, this is currently my favorite contouring and highlighting palette. And yes, I'm using my new favorite contouring brush ever, this Masami Shoko brush. I do have a discount code for K Collection. I can put it below. I don't get any money from the discount code. It's just something they give for my followers. Anyway, I personally like this brush. So see the shape? It's kind of rounded. So it does make scooping the powder a bit hard because you have to press it this way. But when you want to contour, you just put it down here and like swoop up. And that's it. It's making contouring so easy for me. I love it so much. And it's so soft to get a really, really soft blend. I was using shade number 2, which is just a tad darker than my skin tone, so it makes a perfect natural contour. And now, because Tessa Thompson has really, really high cheekbones, and I don't, to get that, I'm going to have to add in another contouring color. I'm going to have to really, really contour. So I'm taking this shade over here, which is number 7, and I'm using a smaller brush this time so I can get more precise. And I'm doing a bit more of a precise contouring. Same position where I contoured earlier, only this time with a smaller brush. And this time I'm only doing mostly to the side. I'm not going all the way to the center, so just like slightly towards the side. Oh, my hair is going everywhere. And to get the blend smooth, I'm going to use this brush again and just keep brushing it on. Blend it, blend it, blend it, blend it. Oh, and I'm not even done yet. I'm going to use, yes, another shade. This time I'm using this brush, which is even more precise. So this shade is a bit too warm for me. So I'm going to use shade number 5, and hopefully it's not too dark. I'm hoping for the best here. And this time I'm only doing this really tiny thing on the side because this is where I'm trying to fake a cheekbone. So I'm just doing this really tiny thing at the side. And then I'm using this brush to drag it down, like just drag it. Actually, this brush is too huge, so I'm gonna use this brush instead to drag it down. And just slowly add a bit more color in, and like just keep adding color and like then dragging it down. So like just keep blending and adding color bit by bit. You want it to look like natural cheekbones, not, you know, something drawn on. You know, I think I can afford to put more color in, so this time I'm going to use this shade here, number 7 again, and just apply it and like swoop it up. Seriously, the secret to a good blend is honestly to just keep adding colors, blending it out, adding colors, blending it out until you get a really, really, really nice blend. One thing I like about this palette is that it's all matte, so you can get a very natural looking matte highlight. So I'm grabbing this yellow here, and I'm going to apply it on the apples of my cheeks. Oh, and I nearly forgot the rest of my face. Okay, so. So I'm actually not going to use blush for this look because Valkyrie isn't exactly the blushing type. So I'm just going to rely on this contour and that's it. No blush. Now, brows. So you're going to want to use a brow pencil to get a very natural looking brows. And I feel like this is really, really risky, but I went to an event and I got this eyebrow pencil from a local brand called Kimasako. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a try. It's super risky considering I've never tried it before and I'm doing a tutorial, but you know, if I don't try it now, I think I'm gonna just keep forgetting I have it. So let's give it a try and I'll do a review too. Okay, so it comes with a spoolie. I guess let's do it. It's very pigmented, which isn't too ideal since I'm trying to make my brows look natural, but I know that in Indonesia, people like very, very dark brows. So I'm gonna have to spend more time blending this. If you'd like a more detailed eyebrow tutorial, I have it. I'll link it below. Okay, so for the eye tutorial, I'm going to do something different. Usually I zoom in for the eyes, but this time I'm just gonna do it right here. Let me know if you guys prefer zoomed in or just zoomed out like this. Let me grab a primer. Or actually, you know what? I'm using Absolute New York's Icon palette, and I always thought that it'll look really, really good even without a primer. So I'm gonna put it to a test. I'm gonna use this without a primer. So first of all, I'm going to brush loose powder all over my eyelids, just so blending gets easier. Now, remember, you don't want to look like you're using any eye makeup because, well, you're a busy warrior woman, you don't have time for makeup. So I have here the Absolute New York Icon palette, and they've got a lot of really nice mattes. So I'm going to use Heather here, which is the perfect transition shade, always. And I'm taking a really fluffy brush, and I'm going to brush it above my eyes. Like, keep it very, very fluffy. So in the movie, Tessa Thompson has a bit of a dark, smoky look going on quite a lot. But, you know, it has to still look relatively natural. So I'm not going to use the black, but I'm actually going to smoke it out with this color here called Haze. It's a bit of a gray, and whoa, I have too much. And again, I'm going to use this very fluffy brush just to blend out a very natural looking smoke. I got new AliExpress brushes and I'm trying them out. I'm not a fan, they're really badly made. So I'm grabbing a clean, fluffy blending brush and just like blending it over just to make sure it's very natural looking. You want the smoke to be really smooth and look like you're not really doing anything to your eyes. So I noticed Tessa Thompson in my inspiration picture, she has a bit of a nose contour going on. So I'm going to grab this color again. But to make sure I'm not going to get too much color, first I'm going to like rub it on my hands just to take most of the color out. And then after that, just slightly run it on my nose bridge. Now, Tessa Thompson has a darker skin tone than me, so her skin tone can take black eyeshadow and still doesn't look too stark, but on me, it's going to look way too stark. So what I do instead of using the black is I use the same color, haze, which is the gray, only this time I use a pencil brush, and because the pencil brush is more dense than the fluffy brush I use, it's going to end up looking darker and more pigmented. I'm just lining my eyes with it and just blending it with my pencil brush, and towards the outer part I bring it up just a bit. So this is a nice subtle way of elongating my eyes without looking like I'm trying too hard with too much makeup. I do notice that in the promotional pictures, what I like is she's got this like kind of smudgy under eye thing going on. So if you have a lighter skin tone like me, what I suggest is using brown instead of black, because you know, when you use black, it's going to look very stark against your skin. If you have a darker skin tone, you can get away with it, but for me, it's much better if I use brown. So I'm grabbing this brown eye pencil, and this is the important part. I notice it's darker in the middle for her, so I'm just putting it in the middle of my eyes. And taking a small stiff brush, I'm going to blend it out. And I have rather small eyes, not huge ones like Tessa Thompson, so I can't afford to overwhelm them with too much under eye shading. So I have to be really careful. So grab another pencil brush, one that's very, very precise. Grab the color Truffle, rub it on your hand a bit just to get rid of some of the pigment, and then just run it through the line again. And now eyes are done. For lips, you want a shade that looks pretty natural. So I'm using Rollover Reaction Sadie, and the way I'm applying to my lips is that I'm going to use my fingers, because when your lips look a bit too manicured, that's when it doesn't look natural anymore. So I'm putting it just in the middle of my lips and then using my fingers to do the rest. Oh wow, turns out this color is too dark. It looks okay, but it's a tad too dark. So one thing I like to do when this happens and I don't want to redo everything is take my beauty blender, which you know still has a bit of foundation on it because I've been using it just now, and that's how I just tone it down when my lips are too dark. Anyway, of course, one of the highlights of this look is the amazing white streaks she has on her face. So for this part, it's important to map it out first because you don't want to mess up your entire look. So let's map it out. I suggest using a white eye pencil. First, it matches the color. Second, it's easy to rub off when you screw up. Yeah, if you are on a budget, actually, you can just use NYX's Jumbo eye pencil and milk, and that's perfectly fine. But for me, I want it to just last a bit longer. So I'm grabbing my white face paint. And I'm done. Okay, so you can go this way without false eyelashes if you want, but you know, I think I'm gonna put on false eyelashes just so you can take a look at how it looks like with false eyelashes. Tessa Thompson has gorgeous, gorgeous, thick, long lashes. I have none, so to get the same kind of smoldering eyes as her, I'm gonna need fake lashes. So jealous of people's lashes. The one makeup product I can't do without is false lashes. Seriously. They make such a huge, huge difference to my face and I look way better. See the difference? And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you do, feel free to give me a thumbs up, share, or subscribe. And as always, my videos will be out every Wednesdays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Jakarta time. That'll be in the morning for all of you in America. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this entire thing, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and next tutorial will be a Cheshire Cat tutorial. Anyway, see you. Bye.